All right, guys, I just wanted to highlight something which is really important, as you can see with the words above. Right, we're going to come up to two mini roundabouts. The first one has got the markings written out. We're going to go perfectly straight from the left-hand lane. Student spots the car on the right and then proceeds ahead. And then there's another roundabout which is really big, is huge. And I often just tell students stay on the right-hand side because it's a lot easier. But student does it perfectly from the left-hand side, comes in correctly, but then ends up straight lining. However, as long as the student has checked in their mirror and made sure there's no one on their right hand side and then gone through, it's absolutely fine. But I've just drawn out those sort of simple lane positions, and you should be scooping it out more and not going straight diagonally like this. This is called straight lining it. But students check correctly, no problems at all, as long as the observations are there, there's no car there, and then they've done that safely, that's fine. But when you come to slightly bigger roundabouts with more lane markings, etc., then this can be huge. Sometimes even there's no lane markings on the ground, but you must maintain that position, because you could easily wipe out a car on the right, but the student has checked in their side mirror, made sure everything is fine, and had they not, then the examiner would have or could have failed them on that. So very, very important. Stick to the left hand side if you start on the left, and stick to the right hand side if you start on the right. Very, very straightforward. No lane changing at the start. So just a little bit wider towards the left, that would have been a lot better. But just something that just caught my eye, and I thought that was important that you guys see. Hey guys, all right, we are back at Mill Hill, and my student actually was like, "Oh, can you get this video sorted out quickly because my family want to watch it." So I thought, I'm gonna try and quickly do it. I got such a backlog; it's unbelievable. But yeah, what an amazing drive! Student was fantastic. Enjoyed our lessons, and I taught their siblings as well, so that was good. And they absolutely aced it. So I think it was only a couple of minors or something like that. So two minors. So that was good because a friend of theirs apparently had got the same thing, and there's always competition. So, but the route, actually, we'd practice all the hard stuff, which I always do anyway. So, like the big roundabouts, the dual casuals, the lane changing, which is pretty standard. You obviously have to do that. And then they got a route which had none of that. So we did all the hard work, and in the end, the test actually was like super easy, which is good. And I generally try. I can't really say I don't bother doing the easy stuff, but that just comes along as part of the roads anyway that we come across. But they went towards Coptor, and then a couple of little inside little roads, and then there was one error I spotted, which my student's gonna hate for me that I'm pointing out, or hate that I'm pointing it out. But it is I think it's about 14 minutes and about 50 seconds. They're close to Mill Hill East Station, so you might know it. I think it's a Bitsy roundabout, and there's like a massive mini roundabout. So the irony of that, but it's huge. So it's got two lanes on approach, and I often tell my students, whenever you're on that one, you can just stay on the right and just go kind of straight through that one because it's a bit stupid, that roundabout. But student did it perfectly from the left hand side, so that's the more correct method to do or to use. But then they went straight into the roundabout, so they straight lined it. And if there is a car that's coming up on your right hand lane, or right hand side of you, then it could have been a bit of a problem, and they might have had an issue on the test. So I'll try and see if I can clip that bit and put it at the front, just so that you guys can learn from it. But yeah, it's really, really important that you guys don't do that. If it's clear, then, and it's a simple roundabout, yes, you're getting away with it, it's not a problem at all. But something to really keep in mind. I didn't find out what the minors were for, but that might have been for one of that. But that's about it, really. Fantastic drive. I'm going to end up waffling on. You can just see they just did a perfect bay part just now, but you can't tell because you can't see the lines. But they aced it, and yeah, I couldn't be happier for them because the test dates are so difficult to get, and there's a lot of pressure on students nowadays, to get it done, and I'm just really, really happy for them. So fantastic test. Have a look at it. I'm sure you know the route anyway, and this is technically how to do it really, really well. So hope you guys do really well on your tests. All right, guys, this is the roundabout just after this one, which I mentioned at the start of the video. And, it's a good job that the student had good awareness of their right-hand side when they were going through, because it's just vital that you maintain your position on roundabouts. You start on the left, stay on the left, okay? It's kind of regardless. I know I said, if you've got lane markings, but even with no lane markings, you stick to your position. So very, very important. These small things that they seem small, but they can be very, very important and dangerous. So straight lining is a big issue for a lot of learners. The key is whenever you come up to a circle, go round. Don't go straight. So the words straight ahead second exit, or go straight ahead at the roundabout can often be a bit deceiving, because your brain just wants to literally go straight, and that's not what you're meant to do. So keep that in mind, very important. It's just something that I thought I'd highlight, just for you guys to learn from.